For a couple to have a better understanding and better communication, they must check their emotion. That's what I call emotional intelligence. You know how to handle your emotion and how to understand and handle the emotion of your spouse. Welcome again to Marital Success Moment. This is Blessing Rufus, your marriage coach. We are still talking on 7 ways to have better communication with your spouse. Last time we looked at understanding communication, where we examined the 5 levels of communication. Okay, but today we are looking at number 2 way to have a better understanding with your spouse, and that is checking your emotion. Checking your emotion. You must check your emotion very well. You must know how to control your emotion while discussing with your spouse. You must put your emotion in check while discussing with your spouse. There are 2 ways we respond or react to discussion. Number 1 is what I call reaction. Number 2 is what I call respond. 2 ways: reaction or you respond. Either you react and then escalate the problem, or you respond and diffuse the issue. Let me explain the 2, reaction and then responding, in time of communication or in time of discussion. Let me show you. What is reaction and what it involves? Number 1, reaction is being impulsive and automatic. You don't think, you didn't think, you just act. You act without thinking. So that's why it is being impulsive and being automatic. It is being defensive, critical and judgmental. Being defensive. Instead of taking responsibility, you must find an excuse and you don't think about it. Just find an excuse and then get out of that problem. Another one is focusing on immediate gratification. Focusing on immediate instead of working on last-longing solution. You just want an immediate solution which will not last, which is temporal. It can escalate conflict and create misunderstanding. Reaction can escalate conflict and also create misunderstanding, create more conflict because of the way it is handled. It means becoming aggressive and what we call passive aggressive. I'm going to discuss those ones. You are aggressive and also at the same time becoming passive aggressive. Then, instead of that, I know that you wouldn't like to have such experience. Why not respond? You respond instead of reacting. Then, what do we mean by responding? It means being thoughtful and intentional. Being thoughtful and intentional. Before you act, you think first, and you know what you want to do. Okay? It is being able to consider emotional needs of your spouse. This thing I'm going to say now, how is my spouse going to take it? This thing I'm going to say now, is it going to affect the emotional stability of my spouse? You will think first before you act. It also means focusing on understanding, and focusing on clarity, and focusing on resolution. Instead of finding a way to defend yourself, you take responsibility. You take responsibility. Where there is need to apologize, you apologize. The aim is to find a way to have a successful and lasting solution. So you must own up if you are wrong. You apologize. Okay? It can build deeper connection. It can build deeper connection. That's why we choose response to reacting. When you react, you become impulsive and then automatic. But when you respond, you think and consider before you do anything. Okay, let me show you 4 ways couples react or respond, especially during conflict. There are 4 ways, and I will quickly tell you those 4 ways and then we close. Number 1 is what we call a passive approach. A passive approach. Passive approach means the couple try to avoid confrontation or difficult conversations. They don't want to talk about it. That thing that is creating problem, they avoid it. They don't want to talk about it at all. If it is sex, they won't talk about sex. Okay, they walk on eggshell. They will not like the other person to be angry, so they will avoid that discussion. That's passive approach. Yes, what they do is that they fail to set boundaries because they don't want the other person to be angry. So they set boundaries and then refuse to talk about those difficult issues that are creating problems in their marriages. Number 2 is what I call aggressive approach. Aggressive approach. That involves attacking and blaming your spouse. Attacking and blaming your spouse using verbal or non-verbal intimidation. You are aggressive, you are ready to fight, you can shout, you can use any method to intimidate your spouse. You can blame your spouse for being the cause of the problem. What you are doing is using aggressive approach. There's what we call passive, that's number 3, passive aggressive approach. Passive, remember passive is trying to avoid. The aggressive means you are trying to intimidate, using every force to subject that person to agree that he or she is at fault. But here now you join them together, passive aggressive. What does it mean? It means that you are indirectly expressing negative feelings. You are indirectly expressing negative feelings, saying something and then acting on another thing. You are saying one thing, but your actions represent another thing. You are trying to pretend or show people that you are on the side of peace, while inside you want to retaliate. While inside you want to deal with that person. You are just pretending that all is well, but all is not well, because you know what you have in mind. And at the slightest provocation or chance you have, you attack. And people will say, but the man is looking for peace. The woman is looking for peace. No, he's using passive aggressive approach. Then the last one is what I call assertive approach. Assertive approach. Then in marital conflict, an assertive approach is the best. This is the best way to respond. This is the best way to handle conflict. The best solution skill is assertive approach. This means you are expressing your need in a very clear term. You are very clear. What you are saying, your spouse understands it. You set boundaries. You listen actively to your spouse. You are empathic. You put yourself in the shoe of your spouse. Nobody that will not like this. I tell you, your spouse will be happy. And he'll be happy to open up and begin to discuss with you, because you have given that opportunity for him or her to air his grievances. And then you are ready also to accept your mistake. If there's anywhere you made mistake, and apologize. I thank you for being part of this broadcast today. The Lord bless you. I pray that your marriage will succeed in the name of Jesus. Check all we have discussed today. Are you using passive approach? Are you using aggressive approach? Are you using passive aggressive approach, or are you using assertive approach? I pray that you will use assertive approach so that your marriage will succeed. See you again in the next episode. Blessing Rufus is my name.